All right, this is a 1 month update on my bread diet. So after losing about 3.3 kilos on the potato diet, I said, okay, what the heck? I'm gonna just bake a lot of bread because I really like baking. I like bread. I'm just gonna see if I could still lose weight or what would happen if I ate bread. And so what I found over the last month is that I've probably lost another 7/10, another 700 grams. So I think my total weight loss now is, well, the total weight loss is over 30 kilos, but from the last 2 months, it's about 4 kilos. So I lost 3.3 kilos on the potato diet, and then I probably, in the next month, I lost only 0.7 kilos, 700 grams, eating bread all the time. It's fun to eat a loaf of bread a day with a bunch of butter, sometimes all at once. So I'll probably keep going. And I think if I just be a little bit more mindful, eat a little bit more vegetables, slow down on the bread, try not to eat it all in one go, I should continue to lose weight. And I'm cycling up my normal, which is about 200K a week. And I'm not going insanely hard or anything like that, just enjoying things. Other thing about going out and eating with your large extended family, and there's 10 people at the table and you have this Chinese buffet in front of you or this Chinese food in front of you, is that people notice when you're not eating the meat, and I think really it's a weird thing. Like when I first saw my cousin who was plant-based, when I saw him doing it, I would laugh. Like, this is 3 years ago. I would think that, oh my God, he's starving himself, he can't eat anything. I felt so sorry for him. Oh my God, what do you need? And this is very typical. So anyway, that now I'm sure people think of that way of me, because I'm sitting there, okay, I got my rice and I'm just picking out vegetables. And they probably think, oh my God, he's going to starve to death. Oh my God, he's going to get malnourished. And how can he do that? There must be pain and suffering. But it's the opposite. It's like, even though the Chinese restaurant we went to was good, the meat it's not good. What's the point? I mean, honestly, if there was really good meat there, I'd eat it. But it's crap, so I just pick the vegetables and eat a lot of rice. And that's what I want. That's what I want all the time. I don't want to cook meat. It's a hassle. And I just like the taste of vegetables. And you see this, you probably feel sorry for that person. I know I did. So anyway, so the next time someone asks you where to get your protein, they really care about you. Okay, let me just quickly show you some of my, proudly display some of my baking products that I use to bake bread now. I'm just so proud of this, that I learned how to cook. So the amazing thing about making your own bread is that flour is so cheap. So this is a huge 10-pound bag that you can get from Walmart that I got for like $6. That's like 60 cents a pound. So when you use this, usually I use at most 400 grams of flour to make a loaf of bread. So, you're talking 50, 60 cents a loaf when you use white flour, which I do a lot. I just the other day, I just bought some, I learned that there's a difference between bread flour and all-purpose flour. So there's a slightly higher protein content in bread flour. I guess it's up to 14%. Protein, which is of course gluten, and which is what you want when you're making bread. So I bought some of this just to see how it worked out. So today's loaf of the no knead, I used that bread flour, and I'm so proud of my active dry yeast. So I bought this. I forgot what it cost, $7, $8, and I use anywhere between a quarter teaspoon for the no knead recipe, and sometimes 1 teaspoon if I'm just going to knead some white bread, and 2 or even 3 teaspoons if I'm making my pumpernickel. So for the pumpernickel, you need, of course, dark grain rye. And this stuff is more expensive. These are whole grains, supposedly 100% whole grains, which is good, but it costs, $3, $4, $5, $4 at least for 1.5 pounds, which is quite a bit more expensive than just your bulk white flour. Spelt flour is really interesting. It's another thing that's supposedly 100% grain. It's got it's a nuttier kind of a thing. I think it's an older, it's an older type of wheat. I'm not sure. Yes, and even at Walmart, you can get a truly 100% whole grain flour. So it's got the entire grain in there, including the germ. And I don't know how long this has been going on, but it's great. It's cheap. They tell you that when you get the whole grain flours, things that include the germ, that the wheat's only going to last a few months on the shelves. It's probably true. I don't know. So again, I learned how to use this nice dark sugar for my pumpernickel loaves, and I found out that I do not like molasses. So this is the way to go for me. And I also use cocoa powder, and I've put a little bit of coffee in there as well for the pumpernickel, and I really enjoy the pumpernickel loaves. But I basically just alternate between, I'll go on a whole wheat kick, and then I'll go on a white grain or a white flour kick. So I kind of mix it up, but I definitely go through quite a bit of flour. You're buying 5-pound bags, 5-pound bags, 10-pound bags, 1-pound bags. This is the stuff everyone tells you is horrible because everyone's so afraid of white flour. It's like they'll tell you it's the worst thing in the world. They'll tell you it'll spike your insulin and make your fat cells suck up the glucose and turn it into triglycerides. Yeah, so what? That's what it does. And then when you need the calories, there's some kind of process where it releases those triglycerides, and there's lipolysis, and it feeds your cells the energy you need. Calories is the number one thing, of course. And the only thing that we really need to worry about flours are that, it's easy to inhale them. It's easy to make a loaf of bread and eat the whole thing at once. Okay, then you slow down. Just slow down with some vegetables and you'll be okay. All right, so let's see how this turned out. Love that. You can hear that crispy, yeah, it smells pretty good. Yeah, I think I put some spelt in here, I'm not sure, but this is so good. So I'm going to try not to eat too much here. So it's kind of breakfast. I'm going to try to make this thing last all day instead of eating it all and falling asleep, which I do sometimes. So I'm going to eat this much. I'm going to put some butter on that. Oh, that's going to be good. I'm going to save the rest for later.